Hello and welcome to another Abyss and Imaginarium Theater review. We're going to be doing a bit of a different style because my keyboard literally died the day before I wanted to write the script for the video, and it's been a week since the Abyss reset and a new Imaginarium Theater is almost here, so the video needed to come out. I'll talk more about my keyboard situation at the end. So, because of that, as said, we're gonna be more freestyle this time. So, welcome to the 6.6 slash Luna 7 slash May 2026 Imaginarium Theater and Abyss review. This time, Imaginarium Theater and the Abyss were geared for 6.6's banners, which include Nicole, Durin, Lohian, and Mavuika. Although they don't need to do anything specific on Mavuika, she will just delete anything anyways. Because Imaginarium Theater was way earlier, it was also mostly geared for 6.5, but well, if you look at the 6.6 lineup, you'll see that you don't need to do much to also gear to these characters, three of them being Pyro, right? And then Lohian being a melt enabler for another Pyro character. So, I guess we should immediately start with the Abyss and its floor 11. 11-1 begins with a monolith defense. It's all Pyro for the first halves of floor 11. Because the first half is a monolith defense, as said, with Ice Shield Metaturls and Cryo Slimes. I think, what was it, like 1 or 2 patches ago where they had Varka in the banners, I believe. They also put the Ice Shield Metaturls, and I think I did give a warning, let's say, of they will just dash straight into the monolith and cause some damage, and they still do that, although they don't deal a lot of damage, honestly. And also, if you're using Varka, sometimes you can break the shield before they charge and stun them. Anyways, I mean, for just starting players for the Abyss, what can I say? Or people that literally have never invested in their characters, what can I say? They might find the Ice Shield Metaturls a bit annoying, but overall, it's nothing much. And then the second half just has some Vishaps. That's about it. Really weird second half, not gonna lie. What the hell are the Vishaps doing here? It's a weird choice of an enemy. But yeah, very easy monolith defense, honestly. 11-2 continues, as I said, the Pyro theme, the Pyro counter theme, with some Cryo Lava Trolls and a Consecrated Crocodile. Why the fuck is a Consecrated Crocodile heal? Anyways, Cryo Lava Trolls, Consecrated Crocodile, nothing much. Very easy enemies, very simple stuff. And then the second half is a Hydro Eidolon, so don't break Hydro main DPSs in order to, actually deal damage. I don't believe it's a local legend variation, it's just the regular enemy, so it just dies very, very easily if you just use its Hydro aura. And then 11-3 is kind of a surprise for the second half, but first half is some Cryo Season Mages and a Cryo Way-Up. Once again, it's all just a Pyro counter thingy for the first halves. Very simple, the Way-Up, just a little bit of Pyro in floor 11 will just immediately destroy the shield and give you your energy back. It's nothing much. And also, you have an enemy before the Cryo Way-Up, so you can get energy and set up abilities and anything before it appears. You might even kill it before the shield comes up. The second half, though, for 11-3, very, very interesting because we have the sort of upgrade, you could say, to the Hydro Eidolon. No, it's not the local legend of the Hydro Eidolons, it's the Tulpa. Yes, the Hydro Tulpa boss. In 11-3, never expected to see this motherfucker again. I mean, the counter is exactly the same as the Hydro Eidolon, just use its Hydro aura against it and just destroy the Eidolons. And destroy the small tulpas that it summons, and that's about it. And it's, again, floor 11, doesn't have a lot of HP, the Eidolons die basically instantly. You really don't need freeze, by the way, to freeze them. Just Pyro again, or Dendro, or anything will delete this thing. It's a surprise to see this boss, and I guess it needs a little bit more thinking than other bosses or other enemies that they usually put here with, like, local legends and stuff that might not have anything crazy gimmick-wise. But yeah, like, I'm surprised to again see the Tulpa. You would expect that they would most likely put a local legend Hydro Eidolon, maybe 2 of them even. So again, surprised to see the Tulpa. Doesn't really change a ton, but it's a nice change. So that's floor 11. It does have a Pyro damage bonus, as you could guess, and it's fine, honestly. It's nothing easy. The first half is just Pyro counter all the way in order to break all the Cryo shields and whatnot. And then the second half, I think it was mostly meant for Bloom stuff, Lunar Bloom stuff. But Pyro can also, of course, vaporize in all of the things that it has. So it's both Pyro, baby. So let's move on to floor 12. This floor 12, and this abyss, I mean, when we say this abyss, we mostly mean floor 12, was just, everybody was expecting ultra hell. It kind of was at first glance. After a bit, kind of better. But my fucking goodness, it has become really annoying. Why? Because of the buffs. So we're of course gonna talk about the buffs first, as we always do. The first halves all have a pyro damage bonus. It's meant there for all of the fucking pyro characters that are out in the banners, Nicole, Durin, Mavuika, and also for Varka, because Nicole is meant to be sort of the Varka upscale thingy with Durin, and you get the idea. The second halves, on the other hand, is fucking Lunar Bloom. And it's like, why? Yeah, 6.5 had Lunar Bloom, but why the fuck is the Abyss going to cater to Lunar Bloom when the banners change in 5 days? Like, as said, the version ended in 5 days after the Abyss reset, and there's Lunar Bloom shilling when there's no Lunar Bloom characters at all in the banners. It's all fucking pyro. So why the fuck why Lunar Bloom? Really now? Seriously? And holy shit, another Lunar Bloom. Like, listen, man. I know we have, Kolubin enables everything, but I know we have Lauma and Nefer, but tell me, how many fucking times have we had a Lunar fucking Bloom buff compared to all of the other buffs? Like, Inefa came first, and Inefa and Flint's came first, and I seriously believe that there's been less lunar electrocharged, lunar charged buffs than Lunar Bloom. I'm serious on this. It feels like this is like the fucking 5th Lunar Bloom Abyss and Abyss buff. Jesus. So yeah, Lunar Bloom buff, baby. Gotta fucking love this lunar buffs shit. Oh, goodness. So everybody was like, great, time for more garbage on those second halves, huh? And, I mean, again, we weren't that wrong, but we also... Well, you'll see with the enemies. Let's begin. 12-1 in the first half is the big mecha from Nodokrai, the Fatui giant mecha that needs pyro in order to fill up its bar and then break its cryo shield. There is a slight... trick you can do with a little bit of pyro rather than going like full on with a pyro DPS or sub DPS. I mean, if you grab Nicole or again all of the fucking pyro characters that are in the banners, you're gonna be fine. And then anything else. Literally, you can use Bennett and Kazuha to deal with its pyro shit. You can use a Venti infused ult. You can use Janling. There's a lot of ways. Like, it isn't really that tough of a boss, but again, there is a little bit of a trick of using something like Bennett and Kazuha and then filling the bar up to a certain spot where the resistances of this mecha just drop, and then stopping, never hitting this thing with any other pyro in order to not trigger its special phase, and then you just have a boss that has normal resistances. That is a bit of a trick that I used in an earlier Abyss that this thing came up. But honestly, just get a pyro sub DPS or just a little bit of pyro, like something. Mostly like pyro infused Anelmo abilities will easily deal with the mecha. Fill up its bar pretty much, and then also just destroy the shield. The shield still has a really weird like hitbox. I really don't understand where the fuck I should be hitting this thing, because you'll hit the shield and then the cryo bar won't go down. You hit the mecha and the bar will go down, but then it won't go down at some points. It's really weird. I think you are supposed to hit the shield, but many times I just don't feel like the shield is being hit. Anyways, that's the main thing. You gotta bring some pyro against this thing in order to lower its resistances and then trigger its shield phase, and then it takes a fuck ton of damage. But this bitch ain't gonna be your big problem, Moss. Oh, no. Because in the second half, we have a Hilichurl rogue before a boss, which, fine, but then the boss is the abyssal bitch chicken thingy, whatever you wanna call it, from Nodokrai. You know, the motherfucker that needs either AoE in order to kill all of the chickens, or needs Lunar in order to destroy its shield. So, great! I mean, thankfully, this is 12-1, so you can, I guess, bring a Lunar team on the second half, and then, do all of the other, all the other chambers without Lunar, right? Oh, goodness. So, yeah, the chicken, I do believe I will say, I do believe in the background footage, I don't think you will get to it, but I'm not sure. I did break its shield before, without Lunar, before it did its fucking attack thingy. But yeah, I do believe with one team or something, I did break its shield without Lunar, because I dealt a fuck ton of damage. But I'm not completely sure, I don't remember exactly. I do believe I did it with, maybe, I don't think it was Hu Tao, it was some team that dealt like a fuck ton of damage and actually broke the shield. But yeah, you can break the shield without Lunar. It just takes a fuck ton of damage, and you literally, with one Lunar damage hit, the shield completely breaks. Else, just grab an Anemo character, grab a Kazuha or something, suck up the fucking chickens, and then delete them. That's the easy way out. It's just that the other chambers, well, they don't kind of allow you to continue with said teams that you might have used against this thing. That's the bigger problem, that you most likely will need to do the other chambers and then come back to 12-1. Again, you'll see with the enemies. So, yeah, Lunar is the easiest thing against this, against the Lunar Abyss bitch. Or you might be able, with some specific teams or some heavy invested teams, to actually break its shield. But this combo is just... It's just a foreshadowing for the other chambers. The big mecha in the first half... not that tough, honestly. There's plenty of combos, but there's plenty of combo teams that can easily deal with it. But then the second half is like, yes, it's an enemy before a boss, and yes, it's the Lunar bitch. So, 12-2. Then, the first half contains a Season Mage, just regular Season Mage, the Electro one, and then a Ruin Drake, like it's two different waves, before the Primal Geovishap. How the fuck they remembered this thing existed, I don't know. But two enemies before the Primal Geovishap, which has like a 5 to 8 seconds like animation thingy where it doesn't take any damage, almost like Magu Kenki. Thank you, fucking Mihoyo. Anyways, something that I noticed with the Primal Geovishap, its mechanic is that it will do the shower attack, and then you'll need a shield in order to deal like counter damage to it. You can easily avoid this move by just using a burst, but you won't get the damage. Well, here's the thing that I noticed. First of all, this thing doesn't have a lot of health, actually. You can easily just kill this thing very easily with plenty of teams. The other thing that I noticed is that some fucking how, in like my 1 to 2 runs that I didn't bring a shield character, just none at all, it didn't do the shower attack. Did it forget to do it? Did I deal too much damage for it to remember to do it? I have no fucking clue, but it just didn't do it. So I'm like, okay then, thanks for the free pass, because I didn't bring a shield character with this team? I don't know. Anyways, the Season Mage and Ruin Drake are such bull fucking shit enemies before this thing, and they are so very there to waste your time, because you'll see what comes in the second half. And then as for the Primal Geovishap, I also think it's the cryo version, so it should have some cryo resistances, but if you couldn't guess that from the pyro shield that's happening, then but yeah, it's fine. It doesn't have a lot of health. It's one of the earlier bosses, so it scales way worse than the newer bosses. And then you might want to bring a shield, or you might not want to bring a shield. It's not that necessary, honestly. You don't need a shielder. If you can deal the damage, just use a burst to iframe the shower attack, and you'll be good. And then we get to the second half of 12-2, which is the new local legend from the Temple of Space. It's literally a mushroom. It's a mushroom. If you haven't been to the Temple of Space, or you haven't found the local legend, which I didn't find immediately because it was in it spawned after you do the quest and some exploration, and then it just pops there. Thanks. So, this mushroom enemy is bullshit because it's complete Lunar Bloom shilling, and it's even worse than other Lunar Bloom shills. Great! Huh? I'm fucking amazing. Like, the thing is that, at least with other, like, lunar shit, I mean, Crystallize, who gives a fuck? But compared to other, like, the Lunar Charged specifically, you can just bring Electro Charged. If the boss is like, oh, if you don't do Lunar Charged or Electro Charged, I'll get fucking angry or some shit. But with Bloom, it's like, yeah, you need to do only Lunar Bloom. Don't you dare do Burgeon. Don't you dare do Hyper Bloom. No, no, no. Boss isn't gonna like it. And then with the Lunar Crystallized ones, they just don't give a fuck, honestly, if you do anything else to them, right? But all of these fucking Bloom enemies are exactly like the Lunar Bloom bosses are exactly like that. No, 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 only Bloom, bitch. If you dare do anything else or bring any other element instead of just Hydro and Dendro, go fuck yourself. And this boss is exactly like that. It's kind of doable. With the experience that I got fighting this fucking thing, it is doable, but it is so fucking annoying to read this mechanic. Actually, go find them. Tell me, go ahead and find where the fuck are you going to read about the mechanics of this boss, by the way, because I fucking couldn't. I couldn't find it in the tutorials. I think you can see me in the background footage go to the tutorials and try to find where the fuck am I supposed to learn about the mechanics of this thing. And then I just had to go on to the leaks subreddit to read the mechanics there. I'm not even joking. So I'll explain it to you because you're not gonna easily find what the fuck this thing does. So this is a Lunar Bloom shield. It literally just wants you to hit it with Dendro in order to fill up the bar, and as long as the bar is filled, then it's always going to be in a stunned state where it literally does fuck all and it has no resistances. Now, if you hit it with any other fucking element, it gives you a giant middle finger and it goes to shit. If you dare hit this thing with Pyro at any fucking point, yes, at any fucking point, if you hit this thing with Pyro, the Dendro bar will completely get drained and it will enter the scorched state, as it's called, where I do believe you cannot fill the bar. It's gonna do some shitty attack or whatever, and it has high resistances. So any form of Pyro will fuck you up. And yes, I brought fucking Burgeon the first time because I didn't remember its fucking mechanics. If you hit it with Electro, if you dare try Hyper Bloom, what will happen is that I believe you still can, if it's in Aggravate, if it's in the Quicken state, and you hit it with Electro, and then if you hit it with Dendro, it's not going to fill the bar, but at the point where the Quicken aura just finishes, it will just allow you to continue getting the bar up. Now what happens is that when you hit it with Electro and the bar is mostly filled up, it will enter this activated state, I guess you can call it, or enraged state, where it will grow big, and it will do some, like, supposedly it's supposed to be some sort of like crazy damaging attack, but because I always had Baizu with me, I kind of didn't notice the damage it was dealing. But the thing is that it will enter the activated state and do a bunch of damage, but it will lower its resistances. So the counter to this boss, if you're not using Lunar Bloom, is to either go raw Hydro and Dendro, but I can think of a Neuvillette team, not necessarily like a super invested Neuvillette team, but a good Neuvillette team with somebody like a Baizu, Catalyst is gonna be really nice to fill up the Dendro bar. But Baizu, Yao, I guess of course Nahida is definitely of course a choice, but any okay Dendro appliers should be plenty enough to fill up the bar, and then just deal your normal damage through your Hydro characters. Again, a Neuvillette should easily be able to do it. Actually, funnily enough, I did fucking try Flins. Yes, that's the other strategy. Get some Electro so that it enters the activated state where it still has lower resistances when it grows big, and just deal all of your damage at that point. Do that and it's fine. So yeah, I did bring Flins in this, and he actually did fine with a Baizu. The thing is that you just simply need to know when and when not to use Baizu in order to not ruin your Flins' damage. That's basically it. So yeah, just a Flins with a Baizu, just a little bit of Dendro, and you can perfectly do this boss. Especially if you've got some Electro character. I don't know what else you're gonna be bringing. I brought a second Electro character just to make sure that Flint has his stuff up. Like that was my main thing. It wasn't just damage, it was having Flint's burst. So if you got some sort of character that's gonna give your Flint or whoever buffs, then that's good. Like I brought my Fischl with the Elegy for the end, and just the attack and elemental mastery buff from Elegy of the end was plenty enough to make my Flints destroy the mushroom, even with a Baizu. Like, I didn't bring Sucrose here, which is like the big shit. No Viridescent, no EM buffs from Sucrose. I just had a Baizu. But I still did it because of Elegy for the end. I think I did also do a run without Fischl. I don't remember what I brought there, and that's that. So, yeah, this local legend is just a fucking knowing. Because again, it's, you're gonna better use Lunar Bloom and nothing else, because go fuck yourself if you don't. And it's like, thanks. Yes, all of the teams that just use Bloom exist. Yeah. There's so many of them. I hope you invested into Baizu, because holy shit, he is one of the better characters, it seems, now. For this kind of bullshit, to go against this kind of dumb shit. So yeah, just a little bit of Dendro with some Hydro DPS is gonna do it. But guess what? Guess fucking what? You wanted to just bring some, you just wanted to bring a Hydro DPS and then a small Dendro support for this boss? Well, go fuck yourself, because that team ain't gonna do shit in 12-3. Because we're now getting to it. 12-3's first half is the Mandragora local legend. You know, the Venti check. That's what I can call it. It's a Venti check, right? So yeah, the Mandragora is the bullshit thingy that you hit it, and then it splits into the small ones, and it is very, very, very specifically programmed to spawn one or two bitches just slightly further away than what Kazuha would be able to pull with one of his skills, and that's because they want to sell you Venti. That's what this boss is. Because honestly, I don't know of a character that does so good against the Mandragora without an Anemo grouper, actually. Like, I can think of, like, Mavuika, who's in the banners. I can easily see her hitting these things and just shooting them right on the other side of the arena with one hit, because they simply have no weight to them. And if you play Overload, my goodness, there's no fucking way you're killing the small Mandragoras, right? So I guess you're just hoping to just kill the big Mandragora before it spawns the small ones, or just ignore this whole mechanic. The easy way out is just Anemo CC. I think Sucrose should be able to do fine with her ult. Like, it does have a pretty cool, like, pulling radius. She should be able to slowly pull them in. Kazuha with a sacrificial sword, which is the big way that people have been countering this thing if you don't have Venti, is Kazuha with a sacrificial sword, and you just pop 2 skills and gather them all around. But yeah, you can use just one Kazuha skill or some other Anemo CC to gather them all, but you need to position yourself so precisely, because again, it's very specifically fucking programmed. Anyway, the Mandragora did, I believe, appear in the Abyss before. It's not that tough of a boss. But this stupid fucking mechanic that, again, specifically spawns a bitch just far away for most Anemo CC characters to not be able to gather all of the small Mandragora so that you can just one-shot them and just kill them is just infuriating. Anyways, second half. Well, the second half starts with a Ruin Guard, so that's simple enough. And then is the fucking Bloom Crab from Nodecry. See what I told you with bringing just a Hydro and Dendro character for 12-2? Well, go fuck yourself, because here's the Bloom Crab. Thanks. Just thanks. My goodness. It's all this fucking... I hate Lunar Bloom. Genuinely, I hate Lunar Bloom shield. Lunar Crystallize is shit because it has one very specific boss that is utter cancer, right? But Lunar Bloom, there's been so much Lunar Bloom shilling, it has made me go fucking crazy. I fucking hate Lunar Bloom. And then the Lunar charged bosses can easily be done with fucking regular Electro charged most of the time. We're not talking about Stygian, right? So I am fucking angry. I fucking hate Lunar Bloom shilling. And here's the Bloom Crab, goddammit. And then before, you've got the other bullshit that makes you not bring any Electro or Pyro that you would bring against the Bloom Crab. Because if you bring Hyper Bloom or Burgeon against the Bloom Crab, it gets fucking deleted. But oh no, 12-2 has the annoying bitch now, and just... wow. Anyways, the Bloom Crab can be cheesed. Oh, absolutely, it can be cheesed. If you can spawn some Bloom Seeds as it rises up, and then they explode, triggering the flowers, whatever the fuck they are, That's good. It'll insta-stun it and then just use your damage to deal with it. But the intended mechanic, of course, is to, trigger the Bloom Seeds with either Hyper Bloom or Burgeon, if you don't have Lunar Bloom, in order to stack damage on the small mushroom thingies so that you can deal a fuck ton of damage to the crab. That's your easy way out. I remember when, I don't remember, was it with Nefer's Abyss or Lama's Abyss or something, where I even ran Senno, after so long, without the buffs that's coming, by the way. Senno, just regular Quick Bloom Senno, and it fucking shredded the crab. And it was also so fun to play against the crab, but fuck no, I ain't gonna bring it now with the stupid local legend. And also the bitch from Nodokrai in 12-1. Oh, goodness gracious. These second halves were so fucking annoying. It's Lunar Shield on the first chamber, where, okay, it's the first chamber. I'll just do the other chambers and then come back. Cool, but it's still a shitty Lunar Shield boss. Then the second chamber is the shitty local legend that tells you nothing else but Dendro and Hydro. But then the third chamber is like, hey, if you had brought Pyro or Electro, it would have actually been an easier time. Hey, look at this bullshit. And that's the Abyss. That's floor 12. It's just, the first halves are super fucking easy, except for like the Mandragora, which is a bit annoying with its stupid shit. But still, it is far less annoying than the stupid shit in the second half, because again, Lunar fucking Bloom, man. I've gotten so fucking tired of Lunar Bloom. It's the 5th time. It's like the 5th Abyss that is a Lunar Bloom shield, and but now they have more bosses to shove up our asses to shield Lunar Bloom. Do we have that many enemies or bosses for Lunar Charged? Oh, I don't think so, and the only one that I invested in is Flynn's. Can Flynn's do the Bloom Crab? Oh, fuck yeah, he can. But is it like, let's say, easy or optimal? No. No, it is not. Anyways, I deleted this thing with Flynn's. In all honesty, Flynn's, really good suggestion. Bring Flynn's. Just Aino, Flynn's, Baizu, and then whatever else you want. I mean, also you can switch out Baizu for something else. Just don't use Baizu basically at all against the first boss in the first chamber, because you want to constantly be triggering Lunar Charge. You don't want any aggravate, else Flynn's is not going to trigger his effects. Then in the second chamber, just fill up the meter using Aino and your Dendro character, and then use Flynn's when it gets angry and it has no resistances, and then just play the game normally in the third chamber, because the Bloom Crab doesn't do anything special. Right, just spawn some Bloom cores using Aino and your Dendro character, make them explode, so that you trigger the first set of the mushrooms, and then just do your rotation normally, honestly, because using Flynn's you're gonna trigger Hyper Bloom and hit the mushrooms. Man, Flynn's is such a good investment now, ain't he? Honestly, I actually did enjoy my Flynn's runs in this Abyss. As for the first halves, just anything. I used Varka. Yeah, it's Varka. I mean, all of the characters that I have in my Varka team are C0, but R1, but not R1 actually. Durin is not R1. He's using Skyward Blade, I think. Varka is the really easy way for the first halves. I think I used Hutao also, just any Pyro DPS. The giant Pyro damage bonus, which thank fuck. Actually, can we actually say that? I guess they also did this for Mavuika, who uses all over, uses Pyro damage all throughout. Right, she wants burst damage, she wants she wants attack damage, everything. But thank fuck it's not just burst damage for Durin and Nicole, because that would have not been nice. Anyway, this is that's the Abyss. It was very scary, because this local legend, everybody was like, great, I'm gonna be forced to play some weird-ass fucking team, but then I'm not gonna maybe be able to do the Bloom Crab because I don't have Burgeon or Hyper Bloom, because I'm not allowed to because of the second chamber. But then, thankfully, it doesn't have a lot of HP, and thankfully, if you hit it with Electro at the correct time, it drops its reses. Because if it didn't do that, and it just went into this crazy mode that just dealt a lot of damage with its attack, we would have not been here. I would have been very, very angry. So, shall we move on to the Imaginarium Theater, where, oh goodness, oh fucking goodness, If you thought that at first glance, the Abyss was hell, let me tell you that this Imaginarium Theater was hell. Or it fucking very much was. The elements for this time were Pyro, Hydro, and Dendro. Once again, it's a mixture of 6.5 and 6.6 characters. You got Hydro, Dendro for the Lunar Bloom shilling, and then Pyro for everything else. But oh my goodness, no ammo for either Hydro or Pyro DPSs, which is fucking amazing. And then in the special invitation characters, they had Varka. Just why? I just don't understand. Why the fuck was Varka there? So, and speaking of, man, this starting cast. It was definitely one of the starting casts of all time. Oh yeah. We had Daisha. That's a good start. Yanfei, which, it's a trial built Yanfei for first. It's a Yanfei without melt or anything. That's the second thingy. And it's also Yanfei. Then third was Ayato on flute. The flute, the weapon that does fuck all. And we have 30 other 4-star weapons for Ayato that are just infinitely better. Yeah, and it's also Ayato. Wow. Then your next Hydro character was Dahlia. Oh, goody. And then for your Dendro characters, there was Kinich, which, sure. And then Kirara. Not on Deepwood. With a max HP build. On artifacts, not on Deepwood. Wow. Just wow. If you didn't have any of these characters, I pray for you. Kinich would definitely deal damage. Oh, I don't doubt that. But oh wait, you don't have a Deepwood character for Kinich, nor a Cinder City character for Kinich. So he's dealing nothing. Wow. This starting cast is just wow. With a decent elemental combo, that's the starting cast. When I first saw that, I was just flabbergasted. Thank fuck I have Ayato and Kinich, because I don't know if I would have been able to survive. Although, that didn't save me from the bosses. Oh fuck no, they didn't. So the bosses for Lunar mode, which I was able to do this time, is first regular Kenki, which fine, it's the first boss, so it's not the last boss, which has a lot of stats, but still the 10 seconds that he needs to wake the fuck up is still annoying. The second boss is the burning lava dragon, which I cannot fucking believe I actually did this with Razor, who was in the special invitation characters. Kind of cheating, but it's also Razor. We all have Razor, come on. But yes, I did this with Razor. I don't remember exactly the combo I used, but it definitely had Bennett and Durin most likely in there. I guess another Pyro character was maybe there, maybe Toma or somebody, but I did it with Razor, and it actually fucking deleted this thing. Really fucking fun. But yeah, the Burning Lava Dragon, you have Pyro and Dendro as your elements, but the only character that this boss is for is Kinich, who is in the starting cast. So you will either have to keep Kinich or find some weird as fuck team to run this with. Then the third boss is the Abyss bitch from Nodacry in the fucking Imaginarium Theater. So remember way back when in the start of Nodacry, when I said, hey, imagine if they put a Lunar Shield boss in the Imaginarium Theater and RNG or whatever just fucks you over. Well, guess what? It happened. And so tell me, how the flying fuck are you supposed to do this thing? Legitimately. How? You will either have to have Columbina in order to trigger any sort of lunar reactions, or have to have Lunar Bloom. Oh, or Zibai, who is in the special invitation characters. Why the flying fuck isn't Flynn's in there, or in F? Actually, why the fuck is Varka in the special invitation characters that you cannot fucking use because there's no second ammo? And I believe the other character was in the special invitation was Albedo. It was Albedo, Varka, Razor, and Zibai. Why? Just fucking why? Why was it not Inefa, Flint's, Zibai, and I guess Linne? Right, just the lunar characters. Because you put this fucking boss in here. Like, why? Do you want to know how I defeated this boss? My Nouvellette with Furina wasn't able to do it because you have so much little time. I had Nouvellette deal 80 plus K per hit on his charge attack, hitting all of the chickens. But because there's no ammo for VV Shred, no ammo for grouping, even in the special invitation characters, there's no ammo for grouping the chickens, even that, like, I did not have the time to kill the chickens and then kill the big bitch. Do you want to know how I did this? I had to have my Hu Tao deal, yes, 400,000 damage per charged attack. Yeah, you heard that right. C1 R1 Hu Tao was hitting 400,000 per charged attack. That's how I did it. I just one-shot, one at a time, the chickens, and then literally basically 2-3 shot the boss. I couldn't do it else. I told you, 80k charge attack Nouvellette wasn't able to do the chickens in time because there's no fucking time. Why the fuck is this boss here when the only lunar thing you can do is Lunar fucking Bloom? I fucking hate Lunar Bloom, man. It's so annoying. It's so fucking annoying. Holy shit. I would have rather the crab. Why the fuck wasn't the crab here now that I think about it? You got Pyro, Hydro, and Dendro. Just play Purgeon, right? Holy fucking shit. Yeah, it was super annoying. I got so fucking pissed because I'm also playing Lunar mode. I also need good characters for the Lunar challenges, you know? And then this appears. I come the fuck on. And it gets worse because the last boss was triple Kenki. I hope you like Kenki, not just once, twice. Actually, 4. Make that 4 times because there's 3 of them. Regular Kenki at the beginning and triple Kenki. Let me tell you something. These motherfuckers did not die. I don't know how you guys did it. Most likely you kept some good characters for the end, but I simply could not fucking kill the triple Kenkis in time. I did not get the star. I did not get that last fucking star. How the fuck do you want me to get the last star? I'm dealing 60 to 70k with Nouvellette, hitting all 3 of the Kenkis, and I'm literally watching their HP bars not go down. How much HP do these motherfuckers have? So many. I got so many buffs to res reduct with the stupid fucking reactions that I was able to do, but how much, man? I don't. This Imaginarium Theater pissed me the fuck off so fucking much. Because these bosses were so annoying. Legitimately, the lunar challenges, which I'm just gonna get to right now, were easier than the bosses. Because of course, because they didn't have any lunar shilling. And I mean, we can like, you know, discuss them. The first lunar challenge, which, you know, has the cancer rules of reducing your time every time you kill an enemy, had non-stop spawning abyss dogs. That was the first challenge. Non-stop abyssal dogs spawning, while non-stop having a permanent HP draining debuff. So you can guess what the idea is that not only is your HP draining naturally with the stupid rules of the Lunar Challenge, but now you've got an unlimited amount of dogs putting corrosion on you. Yay. I mean, thank fucking fuck I got a amazing Yao Yao, because I literally did this with a budget Kinich team, I believe. With Yao Yao, Kinich, Bennett, and I think it was Toma. Like, super budget Kinich team. And yeah, Kinich. Like, I was surprised to do this with Kinich, but I just betted everything on Kinich doing AoE damage, because his shots do deal some small AoE. And I just really hoped that the dogs would just non-stop be bunched up, and it actually fucking worked. But I needed to non-stop use Yao Yao's burst, else everybody would die. You have no idea, if you haven't played this Lunar Challenge, just how much your HP gets drained. Even without the corrosion from the dogs. These fucking cancer-ass rules of, oh yeah, you definitely have 9 minutes to finish the challenge. No, you don't need to kill 17 dogs that reduce 30 seconds of your time. You actually have like 1 minute to kill them all. Like, I fucking hate this. And then the HP draining thingy, I hope you have a healer, a really good healer, really good healer, because you're not doing it else. And then the second Lunar Challenge was the Baptist. Yeah, the Baptist. And you wanna know what? He was piss fucking easy. Super fucking easy. The Baptist was not a problem at all. Yeah, he has his bullshit with not having a lot of time to damage him, but his shields basically didn't have any HP at all. One Dead Draw unit, basically one Dead Draw unit and one Hydro unit were all you needed to just delete his shields and then just deal damage. He was actually super fucking easy. But the regular bosses were utter fucking cancer because you have a Lunar Shield that you're not gonna be able to do unless your characters deal a fuck ton of damage to it or the chickens. Right, or Lunar Bloom, or Lunar Crystallize, I guess, if you have VII and you can, do the special invitation. Or maybe RNG is going to fuck you and she won't appear, actually. That's one thing that can happen. And then the triple Kenkis that are just time wasting because one of the Kenkis will just instantly fuck off to the other side of the arena once they spawn the cryo one. And then it's triple Kenki on the last fucking stage. They have a fuck ton of HP. Holy shit, I got so angry with this Imaginarium Theater. Legitimately, super fucking angry with this Imaginarium Theater. It was utter fucking cancer. I think a lot of us, a lot of you that played this Imaginarium Theater, especially in Lunar mode, can definitely agree with me on this one. Utter fucking cancer. I do not want to ever see this again. Oh wait, stellar reactions are coming. Oh good. Oh good. We're gonna have both shilling. It's not gonna be fun at all, is it? Anyway, that's it for the 6.6 Abyss and Imaginarium Theater, or Luna 7, or May 2026. It took me quite a lot of time because, again, as I said, I'm freestyling and I just, when I'm freestyling, I get angry most of the time and I repeat a lot of shit. The next Imaginarium Theater will be more catered towards the 6.6 banners because, it falls more into the patch. But it's not like this one, again, didn't include 75% of the characters since 3 of them are Pyro. So you'll bring all of them anyways. So next Abyss and Imaginarium Theater will, I guess, be named 6.6.5. I guess, because it falls basically right in the middle of the patch. Hope you are ready for some nightmarish abysses and Imaginarium Theater, as I, alluded to, because stellar reactions are here, yeah, and they are literally Lunar Shilling 2.0. And the next abyss, the next fucking abyss, where only one character is going to enable, not trigger or use, enable, that's the very important thingy, enable Stellar Superconduct, has both a Stellar Superconduct shield side and a Lunar shield side. Fucking insane. Once we get to Sneznaya, unless, which I fucking doubt, we're gonna be able to easily trigger stellar reactions with, 4 stars, or the Traveler, or who the fuck knows, it's going to be utter cancer. We're gonna definitely have Lunar shield sides, Stellar reaction shield sides, and it's going to be complete cancer. And that's it. Thanks for watching. I guess I'll see you in an Abyss and Imaginarium Theater review because the patch should not end before we get a new cycle of those. And then, although I don't remember at what date does Lochen come out, because you should be expecting the Lochen review, as I alluded to in the previous video. I guess I should also kind of explain why I'm doing the freestyle video. I do have a keyboard, actually. But the keyboard that broke is my typing keyboard. Literally, I opened my PC, I typed in my password, and then 10 minutes in, I pressed the button on the keyboard, it didn't work, nothing then worked on the keys, I plugged out my keyboard, plugged it back in, and not even the lights came back on. It was dead. I have no idea how. Literally, no idea why it died. But the keyboard that I'm using is my magnetic keyboard. I don't know if you know about Hall effect keyboards and whatnot, but it's a small keyboard. It doesn't even have the F keys. Not only does it lack a numpad that I do use, it doesn't even have the F keys because it's meant for gaming, just strict gaming. But because it's a magnetic keyboard that I've configured for gaming, you have no idea that even the small amount of things that I wrote for this video, mainly like what enemies existed and what not in the Abyss. Even those, I had to non-stop backspace because it's a magnetic keyboard. It is extremely prone to you double typing letters or just mistyping stuff because it's very sensitive. It does good on gaming. It doesn't do good when writing. So that's why this video is like this. Anyways, thank you for watching. I'll see you in, I guess, again, as I said, the Abyss and Imaginarium Theater review of June 2026. Holy fuck, we're, half a year into 2026. Ouch.